Welcome to That Didn't work.
That didn't work.
Welcome to Urban Stars. I'm your GM and your host, Percy.
And I'm Mike, and I'm playing a Nemoidian by the name of Udel Ilvi.
I'm Daniel. I'm playing a human by the name of Caltane.
Howdy, I'm Rick, and I'll be playing a Verpine named K'Klik.
And I'm Jason, playing a human named Lucia, also known as Zerial Benassi Dinduptaniel.
Welcome back to Urban Stars. When last we saw the crew of the Rusty Sea Bucket, a.k.a. the Shameless Plug, a.k.a. the Starship Enema, they were wandering around on what we now know to be Ricotta Prime, all separated. It was actually quite fantastic. We didn't really clarify.
Frank was really separated.
Frank had been separated from himself, which we didn't really clarify in the last couple of episodes. But Jacob has taken over another character.
Yes.
And I do want to highlight that a little bit just because you came in as a new character and you really wanted to be playing this droid. And initially I was hesitant, and after those couple of sessions of you as Frank, we decided to go ahead and kill him so that you could be Igor, which I'm really excited about. I love Igor. He's been in one of my games before, but this is like a restart of Igor.
Yeah, we're totally avoiding the 3 mic replacements that had to happen with the Wookiee growls.
Yeah. Yeah, the Wookiee didn't win a couple times. It got a little hairy.
Ooh.
Edit number 1.
That is not leaving our presence. So Jacob is taking over Igor. That's going to be his full-time character. Daniel is still going to be Caltane, but he's playing this NPC much in the fashion that like Rick and Mike are playing the NPCs during Cal's story right now. So effectively, all of our characters are in separate places except for Igor, who is trying to get into the ship that K'Klik is occupying. So in the last couple of sessions, we saw Frank die via gigantic rancor that was then killed by an accidental ship ramming, I think is how we'll say that. Lucia went off chasing after Udel, who had followed some sort of voice/vision out of the ship and through the forests of Ricotta Prime. Udel met up with some individual who gave him a visor that let him sort of see using some version of the Force. While Lucia searched for him in this temple on the planet and thought she found him, only to find it to be some sort of strange imitation of him with mouths for eyes. And that's kind of where we left that whole crew. Meanwhile, Cal has a job with a man named Garth, who we all know and love. And that's where we're actually going to pick up today. To begin with, you are on the elevator that leads up to the Oyster. You see the lights kind of strobing past you as you ride this thing up to the top of the upper city, with the goal of looking for a few choice individuals that Garth wants to professionally keep an eye on. What kind of conversations might you be having with him as you ride this elevator to the top?
Probably be talking to him about, like, you know, exactly what he expects to go down, like, you know, that way I can mentally prepare myself for the worst case scenario.
Okay, so ask it.
Okay, yeah. So Garth, what, you know, you're paying a pretty handsome price here, and you're coming up to the upper city. What are you expecting to happen that you would need my help like this?
Well, I've got it on good authority that there are a few individuals kind of hanging around this upper city who are under the Moff's thumb, but don't quite like where they're sitting. So I'd like to investigate that a little bit. See what they're saying about him. What exactly they all do. The first person we're going to kind of monitor is and potentially meat. Now, my monitoring is a little bit aggressive. You understand?
All right.
His name is Humphrey Grook. He's the drugs administrator on Terrace, and he is becoming a little bit uncomfortable with the way that Taniel's running things,
Okay.
from what I hear. Now, we're going to introduce ourselves to him. Well, I'm going to introduce myself. You're going to look real tough so that he listens to me. And then we'll probably be on our way shortly after that. We'll just kind of see how things go.
Seems simple enough. Take a quick swig out of my flask before we head on in there.
And so he sees you do that, and he kind of puts his hand, as you lower it, puts his hand on it. Now, I know that that's how you operate. I've kind of heard stories about Cal Tame, the ex-soldier, who is a gun for hire now for whoever wants him. I'm trusting you. I'm choosing to trust you because I know you're skilled, but I don't think that I can have people who might want me dead seeing you drinking on the job. That'll make them seem more inclined to come and shoot me. And that's the exact thing I hired you for them to not do.
I just kind of unwillingly, just shakily give him my flask to hold on to so I'm not tempted to grab it later.
Right, he grabs it and says, "You're shaking already? You just had a drink. Son, you need help." He puts it in his jacket pocket and promises to give it back to you once you guys are off the job again.
All right.
So you reach the top of this elevator and you come off of it, and it's almost like a different planet up here. Something that they do kind of on the edges so that the people who live up here aren't unsettled by all of the poverty and depravity of the lower city is they have a sort of hologram that sits over the wall that shows a much more picturesque city below them so that they don't have to notice the things that are going on down there. So as you look over the wall, you see pristine buildings that are exceptionally clean. I mean, it really does look like the city is a splendor. But you know, obviously, that that's not true. You see lush greeneries, gardens down below, things that people would want to go visit. But again, you know that none of that's true. So immediately you're kind of set off guard by this sense. Well, I won't say you're set off guard. Maybe a cool check.
Okay.
Average. To see kind of how your mind is playing this up for you.
Alrighty. Just one advantage.
So yeah, I'll say you're kind of taken off guard a little bit by what you're seeing. Because you know that these upper city people don't really care about what's going on down below, but you didn't realize that they were trying to hide it from themselves.
Okay.
And so that kind of adds a little, maybe even a little bit more layer of frustration toward the oysters, or the pearls, as they call them. So you guys wander a little bit into the area. You know, of course, you've got this nicer suit of clothes that Garth gave you to wear as you bodyguard him through this area. And you walk into kind of a cocktail bar that's right off the elevator. That's kind of the traditional entry point for people as they come into the upper city. You walk in and you see a Twi'lek sitting behind the bar, blue-skinned, and kind of got a scowl on his face, like he doesn't recognize you, and that's making him sort of uncomfortable.
Alrighty. And I notice him easily. Just he's kind of eyeballing me.
Yeah, you kind of see him look you up and down, and as he cleans out a glass with a rag, and as you guys are trying to walk through to get to the upper city proper, he addresses you and says, "Now, I have never seen you here before. What are you doing in this upper city? You're not one of the traditional bodyguards that Garth brings with him."
Hey, he's trying out something new. He heard I was the best, and that's why I'm here for.
The best. The best. The best at what exactly?
Whatever you need me to, whatever the job requires.
The best at any job.
Yeah.
You are quite the gun for hire.
Very, very skilled.
I'm surprised you're not the Emperor himself.
You know.
Perhaps if I hired you to be the Emperor, you would get the rest of Terrace out of this crap hole.
It depends on how much you pay.
Being the Emperor pays pretty well, I
Yeah,
think.
I would assume, but it depends on how much you pay.
Oh, how much I pay? Oh, no.
Yeah.
And as you guys are kind of having this conversation, your friend, quote unquote, who loaned you your ex-lieutenant, walks into this bar, Adra Guth, a current Storm Commando, dressed in kind of stormtrooper dresses, like not a dress, but like dress clothes,
Yeah, he's more
like not armored,
more formal.
more formal, like looks like he fits up in the upper city.
Oh, Cal.
I'm assuming he came up behind me.
No, you see him walk in.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing up here?
I got a job up here. I thought you would have already been informed about this. I already told what's the Kieran. I already told Kieran about this.
Oh, yeah. Just, sometimes you got to check and make sure that story stays the same.
Got no reason to lie to you. I already told Kieran that I was up here. I told him I had a job up here.
Yeah, but, the story's always got to be the story. Just got to double check it. But you know what? Since you're up here, why don't you tell me a little bit more about this job you got? Does it have anything to do with the job you got from us?
Not that I am aware of. I just have been told that I'm here to bodyguard someone.
Now, Cal, I've always been in your corner. But, you're kind of trying my patience a little bit.
Look, do I have a reason to lie to you right now? And then point to...
Still got to have some results.
I mean, if Imperials keep coming up, who's going to come and talk to me for your information?
At this point, Garth, he's been at the bar ordering his drink, and he turns around and says, Adra, it's good to see you. I didn't realize you knew Cal.
Oh, Cal and I go way back.
You know he's my bodyguard right now, right?
Yeah?
And so, just to preface this, Garth doesn't get along with the Storm Commandos, but he knows them well. He says, now, I seem to remember a little kerfuffle you got yourself into that I was kind of keeping concealed from the Moff a while back. Are we done with that deal, or are we still kosher?
Oh, we're kosher. But you know what? Keep bringing it up.
Well, I think
we'll have to put your bodyguard to a test.
I wouldn't mind seeing that right now myself. I don't know if he can even protect me. Surely if he can beat you, then I think I'm in good hands.
All in due time. That's not how we work.
Well, funny thing is...
At least not the smart ones of us.
Yeah, funny thing is, I do know how you guys work, and it tends to be exactly that way whenever I'm not looking.
Well, sometimes you need the tip of the sword, and sometimes you got to have the blunt end of it.
And he kind of walks a little bit closer, probably more close than Adra wants him to. Kind of gets in his face a little bit, and you see his hand come out of his pocket holding a remote with a blue button on it. Single button. It looks similar to like a detonator might look, but Adra would know this is kind of like his cloud storage, as it were, like on the HoloNet.
Okay.
It's kind of like a threat to like, hey, if you don't move on, things are going to start happening for you that you don't like.
Duly noted, but it's also nice to know that you have that on you.
Oh, don't worry. If I go missing for more than 3 hours at a time, I've got other people.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I would too. Careful what you say.
You be careful what you say, Adra. We wouldn't want your beloved Emperor finding out who you really are.
Well, we also wouldn't want everybody to know what kind of scum you are either.
I think people know what kind of scum I am. I'm the kind of scum that gets up underneath the disease and lifts it out. Uncovers the truth of it.
Well, scum is scum.
Scum is scum, but scum can also clean the wound. And that's what I'm here to do. Now, if you will excuse us, we do have an appointment with the drugs administrator of Terrace.
That figures.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? He's done quite a few things for you in the past. I think that's probably
And
why you don't
likewise.
carry a flask like our friend Cal.
Yeah. Nah, some of us are stronger than others. And I cut a sideways glance over at Cal.
Some of us are. And he winks at you and says, "Come on, Mr. Tame. Let's head on out."
Always a pleasure to see you again. And he walks with Garth.
Remember, you're on a leash there, boy.
He just kind of just shrugs it off. It's walking away.
All right, cool. So we're going to screen wipe from there, and we're going to move into Click on the Rusty Sea Bucket, a.k.a. Starship Enema, a.k.a. the Shameless Plug.
You come on, Percy, time out. You have to explain that joke to people.
What joke?
Why
no joke,
all of a
that's the
sudden now
name.
we've got 3 names to the ship?
There's no joke.
Uh-huh.
It's just is what it is.
Go back and watch a few episodes, guys.
That is true. Yeah, if you're spoiler alert, the ship is a shameless plug.
Okay, so I'm sitting in the cockpit of the ship, and a Rakatan and a battle droid have come up and have been trying to get me to come out.
Yeah, and you've actually been having a conversation with the battle droid.
Yeah. This is a rather unfortunate turn of events, but I guess it could be a good thing. I have to make a decision here, and I don't know which way to go. I guess I must rely on the teachings of Lucia. Every experience, no matter how bad it seems, could have some good in it, and I need to find it. They seem friendly enough, but that battle droid is awful threatening.
We're just sitting out there like, hey.
The threatening battle droid that's got a little grin on its face and just
The Rakatan's breathing on the glass and right.
He's got a mouth, little happy face drawn on his,
googly eyes. Yeah.
Well, here goes nothing. I think I should leave a log for posterity in case I do not come back. Today is the 4th prime day of the 6th month of the year 25053. This is Kaklik of the spaceship, the Rusty Bucket, the Teresian ship. We were on a mission to get a fuel cell from a rogue moon when we were sucked into the wake of a Purgill into hyperspace. We do not know where we are. Frank is dead. He was with us for a short period of time. Udel has gone, we do not know where. And Lucia has followed his trail, what she believes is his trail, and I have lost contact with her too. I am the last crew member here. Against my better judgment, I think I have to go outside. A Rakatan and a monstrous battle droid are outside, and they have been hailing me. We have had some conversation. They seem friendly enough, but I know the Rakatans are a grievously savage race. And I was almost killed by one on the moon. But Lucia also teaches us, you never know who to trust unless you trust. So here I go. I am signing off, possibly for the last time. And I will go to the door. I will take my pistol, my shatter pistol, and I will lay it on a table by the door, and I will open it up, and I'll walk outside. Greetings. My name is Kaklik.
Shoot him in the face.
We finally got you.
Just immediately open fire.
He came out.
He did. I didn't think he would. He's an idiot. Why would he? No. Hi! Welcome.
I have a thermal detonator.
You said click.
Yes, that is right. Click. I am a verpine. You are Ricotton?
Oh yes.
That is very unusual. Where are we?
We're Cotton Prime.
Ricotton Prime. Oh my gosh. My brother would love to be here. Are there many of you?
Well, yes, it's Cotton Prime.
I do not see much civilization. Mostly old buildings and giant rancors.
Well, how far have you gone out?
Not very far, but we did fly
That would
over a
explain it.
bit. Yes.
Now
That
there
would.
are only
This is the
about
first time you stepped outside.
there are only about 300 Ricottans left, even on this planet.
Okay. Oh, it's still
But-
technically a
Yeah,
lot.
that's still technically a lot.
And to you, that is
But there are what, 3 primary families?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's between all of the families.
Yes.
Okay.
but that's still a lot to you, though. So
You look. I was attacked earlier by a Ricotton. He looks somewhat different than you. I do not know much about Ricottons, but I was almost killed by one the other day. But he looked a little different than you.
Well, yeah, we're
They're not clones.
Yeah, we're not clones.
Generally, yeah.
But more different than just. Are there different subraces of Ricotton?
He just kind of steps down. What do you know about Ricottans? This will be easier.
Not much. Just that the one previously carried some sort of large light sword.
And you know, or this character knows, that there hasn't been anybody with that description in thousands of years. That the last one, basically the last master of the Infinite Empire, is said to have died thousands of years ago.
Okay. You said he had a light sword?
Yes, it was a very large light sword, and he was very angry. He wished to kill me, I do not know why, and there was no talking to him. It seemed like he wished to kill everybody.
I understand that impulse.
You are a very unusual looking droid. I have not seen your model before.
I would assume not. I'm a very ancient Ricotton battle droid, and so it'd be very unlikely for you to see a Ricotton battle droid in non-Ricotton space.
That is very logical.
Now, is this your ship that crashed into the Rancor, or is there anyone else here? Is it just you?
Well, there were 3 others. One of them I still see parts of Frank under the ship. There's one part over there. If you look over there, there's one of his arms. And I think I see a leg over there. But I don't think we can put him back together again. I had 2 other crewmen that left, and I have lost contact with them. One left and the other went in search. But all I get is static now, and they could not have gotten out of range.
And as you say that, you hear your comms up at the front of the ship.
I have my...
Okay, cool.
Antenna.
You have the well,
If he has a comm, his comm's linked to my antenna.
sure, but
Okay.
what you hear is the comm at the front of the ship.
Okay, fair enough.
Set off in static, and you hear Lucia's voice come over it, asking for you.
click, come in.
Hold on one second. This is most unusual. I hear one of my crew members on the ships. I will be back in a second. And I run into the ship.
Okay, and as you turn to go back in, we're going to screen wipe over to Lucia. who the last time we saw you, Udel had turned around and said, "Lucia, I can see," but his eyes were mouths. So, what do?
I don't sneeze. Because that would just be strange and awkward. No, Lucia would probably do a double take, probably step back. Last time the door had kind of closed behind me, that's kind of where we left off, so she would probably be looking for a way out or see if there's some sort of projection or something this doesn't feel right, seem right, smell right. So she would take a readied stance but not say anything until Udel made some sort of move or maneuver, just kind of awkwardly trying to piece together and understand what this is. Maybe the only thing she would say is just Udel.
So Udel looks up, and the mouth doesn't move, but the eyes start talking. So much for paper shuffling.
I can cut that out. So, Lucia, as you look around the room, you see that the door that was behind you has now lowered itself and is now a solid stone wall. You don't see a hallway behind you anymore. Across the room, though, you see 3 doors. 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 yellow.
No green?
No green.
And the eyes, what they're saying when they're communicating to you, they're almost like going directly through you and saying, "We see your pain. We see your struggle. There is but 3 ways out of this room. You may follow, but you have to choose." And he points over towards the blue, then momentarily at the red, and then stands to face the yellow.
Udel, if this is really you, tell me my real name.
Mike, if you know
Yeah.
her real name, you can do it.
It's Diptaniel something, you know.
Well, Dip is in the other game. That's your character in Legendary 5 Rings.
There's not a Diptaniel. I thought that was what it was.
No.
No, I mean, it's
No.
like 25 syllables long, but...
Lucia, we know you as Tanael. You must choose.
That's good enough for her, so she kind of nods and knows that there's something else going on here, but it's not... That name would be kind of locked away at this point. Yeah, she's heard it more frequently, but it would still be kind of not available to her. So Lucia would look at the 3 doors and again would kind of have her hand on the hilt of her sword and just kind of look over the choices and go, normally there's some sort of guidance on what these represent.
Do you want to roll a discipline check to try to discern?
Sure.
Cool. Go ahead and roll your force die in with it.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be hard to figure this out. Real quick, Jacob, I think we're picking up you breathing. We're picking up somebody breathing.
Might be me, but I'm trying to stay away.
I've heard someone breathing the whole time. And I don't know if it's me, but if so, then we just need to turn it down because this is as far away as...
Well, that didn't work. Failure with a dark side pip.
Okay. How many failures?
Just one.
Just one? Okay, you can spend that dark side pip if you want to take 2 strain to get a clear sense of what's going on in spite of the fear of kind of being trapped in this room.
She is scared enough. She doesn't like it, and she doesn't know what the choice is going to lead her. So she's not going to sense out beyond that.
Okay, cool. So does she decide on a door?
Just a bit of player to GM. I'm at 8 strain out of a total of 10.
Sure.
So anything strain related is probably going to have to be hard cap, so we can just kind of...
Sure.
Unless you want some of the strain to be removed from last session, but other than that... then
Nah, you're still in the same spot.
That's what I thought, so... Just for a bit of economics for the listeners out there. But no, nothing that's going to cause her to go into overdrive or fatigue.
Okay. So do you decide on a door to go through?
Blue seems like the obvious choice here, so that's what she's going to take.
Okay. As she's going through the blue door, Udel lets her know kind of the direction she's taken.
Ah, the blue door. This is an elevator that will take you up. Follow it and see where it leads.
She steps in.
All right. The door closes behind you, and you do, in fact, see that it's a small room that when the door closes, it begins moving, kind of spinning upward. As you crest over the rocky exterior of the temple, you now see that there are no sides to this elevator. There's a top and bottom, and there's a bar in the middle that's kind of holding it all together. But other than that, it's like spinning on a corkscrew. So you can see the whole horizon as you raise up. And you do see Keklik's vessel down below. And you see 2 monstrous machines moving toward it, fairly silently from what you can tell.
So, just to get an overall picture of what I'm seeing, are we talking as big as the Rancor / ship, or
Bigger.
bigger?
They're the size of like an AT-ST.
Okay.
But they're not AT-STs.
So I would reach for my comm unit and go, click, come in, click.
All right, and that's where you heard.
Okay, it would be just probably about 30 seconds or so, maybe a minute. Lucia! Is that you?
Click, yes.
Are you okay?
Enough about me.
I need to know. Where have you found Udel?
I have. Look,
There's some Rakatans here, Lucia. We have, and a battle droid. You would not believe what is going on here.
click, shut up.
Yeah, yes?
There are 2 massive battle droids headed your way. Get out of there. Get to find cover.
There's a big battle droid outside.
What would be on the scale at this time?
They're bigger than the ship.
Are they?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of what would be available at the time.
They're bigger than the ship. Just go with bigger than the ship.
They're bigger than the ship. Just seek cover in the woods.
Which direction are they coming from?
From the south.
Oh no!
Just get to cover. Get out of there and get to cover.
Let me check the scanners. Can I pick up anything?
They don't pick up anything. No.
I don't pick up anything. Are you certain? Where are you?
I'm in a tower climbing. I can see over the horizon. I can see the crash site. Just get out of there.
Oh, how much time do we have?
Not much. Just move.
I should probably get going. Okay. Do you want anything?
We're all fine here. We're all fine here. Everything's great. How are you?
Can I get you some Mickey D's on the way?
All right, Grandma.
All right, I will
Do you want to
grab.
make a perception check to see if you can see this tower that she's talking about?
Yes, certainly.
It's going to be average with 1 red, 1 purple as the danger mounts.
Two success, 2 threat.
Okay. You do see on one of the structures that's to your west side, you see it does tower up quite high, and there seems to be something moving kind of on the outside of it, standing out from the rest of the temple.
Above it?
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
you,
what
you
it
see
is.
that
But
this elevator thing is moving. It's like a slight movement that you can just kind of barely make out, but you assume that that's where she is.
okay, I'm going to run out the door. I'm going to grab my pistol on the way out the door. And, sir, I don't know what your name is, but there are some rather large, monstrous machines approaching from the south.
And would I?
And you two would know that these are remnant battle droids that had been built by the Starforge for the purpose of conquering the galaxy.
Okay, so we should move.
So you should move.
We should get going now.
Let's go.
I think so, yes. We should not dally.
I jump on Igor's back. I'm like, yo, go!
I kick him off and tell him to walk himself.
He never does this whenever we're alone.
Droid rights.
Yes, I do have droid rights in my obligations. So.
All right, so you guys get ready to take off, and you guys start taking off to the east. Click, do you go toward Lucia, or do you follow them?
I don't know for sure that is Lucia, though.
You have a pretty good idea.
There's a temple to the west that my friend is at. We need to go that way.
We need to go that way if those things are coming.
What is that way?
What is that way?
Please, I'm missing a large map.
So to the east is your home and the home of your clan. To that west, that temple, from what you know, it's a broken down ruin, a remnant from the Infinite Empire. One that you guys prefer not to even address.
Look, all there is over there is just some old buildings. Over where we're going, we have my entire family there. They'll be able to help us. They'll be able to hide you.
But would we not be leading these things to your family?
No, we wouldn't. We know how to. We've been dealing with these for a while. We can lose them.
Okay, I am going to go find my crew member, Lucia. But if we head east, we will find your village.
Yes, but you should come with us.
I
We can-
cannot leave them.
Click has grown a spine.
And in the background.
I do not have a spine. I have an exterior carapace.
Look, friend, I like you, and I don't want to see you crushed by these big things. Okay, you should come with us, and I promise we'll help you find your friends. But you'll be safer coming with us first.
My safety is not of the paramount importance at the moment.
All right,
My
everybody-
friends,
All right, I'm gonna hit him on the head
I'm going
and
to.
try and knock him out. And
Well, before you can do that, everybody roll a perception check. Average difficulty.
Okay.
What's his good die pool?
2 yellow, 1 green.
2 success, 1 advantage.
Okay. You can heal one of those strain that you got before.
Wow.
2 success, 1 disadvantage.
This goes away.
1 threat.
Yeah, 1 threat.
2 success, 1 advantage, and a triumph.
Ooh, a triumph. Very nice. So as the triumph, I'm going to give you guys a kind of free maneuver to move out of the way for everybody. Because as you're standing there, you feel the ground beneath you begin to rumble. And just before it can break through, Daniel, I forget your character's name.
Dantoon.
Dantoon. Dantoon is able to shout out that you should all dive out of the way, and as you do, the ship bursts from the ground into the air as one of these gigantic droids emerges from underneath, throwing it quite a distance. This droid is less of a droid in the traditional sense. It's about a Silhouette 5, which is massive. Bigger than like a Millennium Falcon, which is Silhouette 4.
And that ship, which is a
And your
Silhouette 4.
ship, which is Silhouette 4.
The rusty bucket. Oh my god.
You gonna come with us?
No!
All right, so Kuklik takes off running toward the temple. Igor, what do you do?
I mean, I wanted to hit him in the head before all this happened and knock him out, take him with us.
Yeah, but that's not as fun.
I'm sticking with my.
Do we want to go with?
I mean, he will die without us. Do we care though? I don't really care, but I mean,
We are the only people you've seen in how long?
A long time.
And my people really want knowledge, so this is a great opportunity. I think it'll be better if we help him out. At least both you and I can get around these things. We know he can't.
that's true. Alright, yeah, we'll go.
All right, so you guys take off. We'll kind of screen wipe at that point to back to Garth and Cal. You guys go into the head offices of kind of the general bureaucracy of Terrace, which is where you'll find the drugs administrator. And you guys approach his area, and Garth turns to you and says, "Now, I haven't been totally upfront with you about your role in this here job. I can't be seen in this building. They don't tend to like journalists very much, but I am paying you quite handsomely. So, I need you to go make yourself an introduction to Humphrey. And I need you to impress him. I need you to let him know that you're down to play ball, and that you also don't like them off."
Down to play ball. Don't like them off. Seems like I'm already doing this anyways.
And he's the Emperor.
Yeah, and I'm the emperor, so they have no choice.
And I'm now the Emperor. So you walk into the head offices of Terrace, and it's full of a lot of different people who make you probably very uncomfortable. In general, I imagine Cal, once he left the Empire, began to distrust everything the Empire stood for, which includes its government. So being in a large room with a lot of its government is probably not the place that Cal really wants to be hanging out. You walk in and you catch a couple of eyes. Lots of people look in your direction because you do stand out. You're very out of place. You are wearing the garb of a hired gun. And so for you to be walking in here is pretty strange without kind of, bodyguarding anybody. But the signage is very clear, and so you're able to find the Drugs Administration fairly quickly. You walk through the hallways and are only stopped once or twice by somebody asking where you're going, and you just tell them you're here to see Mr. Grook, and they let you go.
No.
Seeing the Drugs Administrator is not a very risky task.
Yeah.
So you're pointed in his direction, and you approach his office. He doesn't have like a receptionist stopping you or anything. You can just kind of knock on his door.
Okay, yeah, I just knock on the door then.
What is it?
I'm here to see a Mr. Grook. Grooks?
What do you need with him?
I have some business that I have to discuss with him in person.
What kind of business? I'm a very busy man.
Okay. So the purpose that I needed to come up and talk to him again was
You're here to play ball and you don't like Empire. Other than that, you kind of make it up.
Okay. I've heard that
Now, also, you are out in the hallway where everybody can hear you still. Just making sure you know.
this would probably be a better conversation behind closed doors.
Oh, one of you. All right, I've got 3 minutes.
All right.
And the door opens. And you see a kind of squat old human bent over a series of vials sitting on his desk with an old tattered lab coat with several stains and burn marks and tears in it. And he looks up at you as you enter and he says, I've never seen you before. I don't think we have any business.
I just reach out my hand. I'm like, the name's Cal Tame. I am here under some strict authority from down under.
Down under. Well, and he reaches out and takes your hand, and you notice that his whole arm has been replaced by a robotic arm.
That's nice cybernetic you got there.
Well, mistakes were made. What
Well-
kind of business might interest you, a man from, as you say, down under?
I've been told that you don't really like the Empire all that much.
Whoa! I love the Empire.
Just kind of, I was like, hey, can we? Is there a way we can do, like? Is there chairs that we can take a seat at a desk or something and we can talk?
There's not any seating. In
No, there's
the office,
not. Okay. I just kind of lean a little bit closer. I'm like, you don't have to worry about formalities with me. I'm not here to do any of that. I'm actually here to play ball.
I don't really know who you are working with or who sent you or anything, but I can assure you, and you can tell them, and you can tell the Moff that I
pull out
have not done anything.
I pull out my paperwork to show them that I'm a hired gun, and show them that it's legit. That
very yeah, it all looks like it's in order, but I really can't love the Empire any more than I already do. And he kind of is looking around nervously.
can I make a perception check to see if there's like cameras and things like that in the room?
You can.
All right.
It's a hard check.
Offer him some death sticks.
That's how you know if he's legit.
Well, you can ask him for any drug that you want, apparently. I mean...
Oof.
That sounds good. Oof.
Just one failure.
All right. Yeah, you don't see anything.
Look, I know right now it's a risky time, especially where we're at. And I just kind of... I take like one of the sheets of paper off of his desk and I just kind of scribble on there, look, I'm here to play ball, sent by Garth.
He kind of looks at it and says, well, I don't know really what I can do for you. Here. And he pulls out a data stick and types some things on his data pad. He kind of plugs it in and types it up and pulls it out, hands it back to you. Says, "This is where you can pick up a prescription like that, but I really don't know how much it's going to help."
All right, and I put the data stick up in my pocket, just like, I'm sure being the man on top of all the drug trade here, I'm sure the prescription will help. And,
well, it'll be ready probably around, I don't know, 10 o'clock this evening, I would say.
Okay. He's like, all right, 10 o'clock.
Best of luck to you. And here, this should probably take off the edge. And he slides kind of a petri dish looking thing full of liquid toward you.
He just straight up just takes it.
Pounds it. Cool. Takes you a solid couple hours to find your way out of the drugs building.
Hey. It's more fun that way.
No,
the eyedropper! The eyedropper! Use the eyedropper!
that was more
that was my urine
sniffing
sample
thing.
for you to take over there.
I was about to hand you the pin to dip into it. You know?
Oh, you've been drinking.
No, you don't feel any immediate effects from it.
Okay.
You got something to compete with a little thing in your head, you know.
But yeah, you leave and walk out of the building. It does take you a significant amount of time, not hours, but more than it probably should to find your way out.
Okay.
It is quite a convoluted area and building. And you walk out, and Garth is not there.
Okay. Well, I don't really like this place, so I'm gonna start heading back down to the rabid it's the Womp Rat, yeah.
Rabid Womp Rat. As you're walking up beside you come your two friends.
Fun. This is just like on cue now.
Yep, just on cue.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Cal. You're back again.
I haven't left.
Where's your friend?
I don't know. He's mingling around right now.
He even let a payday walk away from him.
He's not very bright. I told you he wasn't very bright.
Hey, y'all are the one entrusting me with this.
Well, we didn't have any choice.
Sounds like you did.
Well, we actually did, but your friend over here thought we could give you a chance. I told him you'd fail.
Hey, it's more fun this way.
Well, maybe so.
Look, I don't. This is the last time I'm going to tell you guys, but I can't be seen with y'all. Y'all gave me a walkie for a reason.
Yeah, and you're not doing much with it. Tell us what you did today. Give us a little rundown.
Y'all gave me the walkie yesterday, but okay. I came up here with my employer, and he has stumbled off. I'm looking for him at the moment.
Well, he stumbled off, so that means you two were separated. So where were you when you were separated?
At the bar.
At the bar.
You seem to be coming out of the drug building right now.
Yeah.
What business do you have with the drug buildings?
Don't have any business.
Oh, you just got hired and just
I went
wandered
in.
around.
Okay.
Did you get paid and have to go find a new way to deal with this?
Okay. And he just kind of settles down. He's like, first of all, guys, told ya, can't be seen with y'all. Second of all, I just told you, my employer stumbled off. I went over to the building to find him, to see if he stumbled into there. Any more questions?
Cal. We're in the upper city right now. How many of these people do you think run down to the lower city and basically rub elbows with the dregs?
Look, I don't ask any questions from my employers.
Looks like they brought the dregs up here to the upper city.
Oh, but they sure do clean up nice, don't they?
They think they do. He probably thinks he's the emperor.
Well.
Well, now you mention.
Look, guys, if y'all want this mission to go successfully, and y'all are Storm Commandos, y'all should know that y'all can't keep interacting with me like this.
You're telling me my business now?
I'm telling you your business because you don't seem to understand what your business is.
I do understand what my
All right.
business is.
Well, then you should leave me to my business so I can get on with it.
Well, if you give us some business, we'll leave you alone.
Well, y'all won't leave me alone long enough to get any business, now will y'all?
And kind of as you say that, a very well-dressed Duro, wearing a wide-brimmed hat and a very nice suit, walks out of kind of the shadows of an alleyway and walks up to Adra and Kieran and says, "Man, is this bodyguard bothering you?" And you guys know that this person has been hired to kind of keep some peace around these buildings. The stormtroopers and storm commandos have enough to do without monitoring the upper city. And so he had kind of been hired out by the government to just keep an eye out where the cameras can't reach.
And I jokingly just like, yes, these bodyguards keep interrupting me. I don't know whether they just keep coming
You
at me."
hush.
No, he's just an old friend we're having some words with. Haven't seen him in a while.
It's not
We're
good,
just chatting.
Now, it's Kieran, right?
That's right. I didn't get your name.
Officer Fergo.
Officer Fart Fergo? That's an unusual name.
That's your name.
No.
Yeah, Kieran Fergo, right?
Yeah. It is.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, your kind of signature move is explosive plants.
No, my signature move is just killing what gets in my way.
Well, is he in your way?
Not right now.
Well, you keep talking to him like he kind of is in your way.
Well, he might be one day, but right now we're just old friends having a chat.
I see. And you guys have your stat blocks for those storm commandos somewhere nearby?
Do we?
You never gave them to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
along with the
goals.
goals.
Oh, well, hold on.
Did you give us goals?
Yeah, like 3 sessions ago.
Oh, yeah.
When I first got captured.
Screen wipe.
It would have been a small-ish sheet of paper.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about now.
I don't know if I still got that.
It's that one. But
Yeah,
No
that's
stat.
that's the goal sheet, I think.
No stat block there.
I don't recall ever getting a stat block.
not a
No,
stat block.
I
That's
thought-
the only sheets that we got.
I thought that was on the thing. That's why.
That's all I've got.
I remember helping create it, so
Yeah, y'all got a sheet of paper that had all the stats on it, I remember.
yeah.
I remember looking over at Rick, and there was a whole sheet that had a...
Yeah, because
Old
Rick had to
paragraph
make
of
a
stats.
Rick had to make a discipline check.
Yeah, I know Rick definitely had
They
it.
they were half sheets, not little cuts.
They were, they were.
If you don't have them, don't worry about it too much.
You should still have it, don't you?
No,
Oh,
because I handed them out, so
Yeah,
I
Rick's
just
got his...
close out of that thing.
I have a stat block. I told you I had a stat block.
See, but you had yours with your goals and everything. Okay. See, I'm not. I don't have one.
except he doesn't have his goals there.
Hold on. And there it
Hey,
is.
hooray!
It's hidden.
It says
I'm a poser. Okay. We're okay now.
Okay, cool.
I'm a level 5 killing machine.
Oh, okay.
With adversary 2 qualities.
So go ahead and have those 2 NPCs roll a perception check, and Cal, you can roll one as well. The check is 2 red, 1 purple.
Interesting. It's gonna be a fun game. I got 2 failures, a despair, and a advantage.
One threat.
One threat and a triumph. Percy, just because you gave me an NPC does not change my dice.
I know, but
This
I
guy's
thought one person would catch it. Yeah, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and roll this here attack. Can I have a yellow die? Just a yellow one.
sure you don't need another red one?
I'm sure. And that's going to be a big ol' hurdy hole in Kieran.
For a storm commando, this guy sure is not a very good.
He's a demolitions expert. He's not really the close up combat type. But
Plus, it seems like all he can do is come up to Cal at the moment.
you hear a kind of almost a loud explosive sound. And
Oh, his head just popped off?
no, Kieran is going to take 12 damage with Pierce 4.
No,
It's a significant amount of wounds to him, I think.
absolutely is. So he is down to 1.
Yep.
In the business, we like to refer to this as you just got your butt handed to you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I got an Udel.
And he's going to take a crit with a +5. So go ahead and roll those crit dice.
I was getting rather attached to this guy.
Well, let's see if you still got him.
Well, Rick, you are allowed to play a jerk in other games.
Okay.
You know that, right?
Oh,
48
yes,
is
definitely.
what I got.
48. All right, so it'll
I'm
be
gonna be-
98.
I'm going to be like Frank here in a minute.
Okay.
Why is it 98?
I said plus
Plus
5.
five.
Like
I thought you meant
no.
plus 5 regular.
no, like
43.
It's
43.
43.
Oh,
And I did
43,
plus
so
5.
93. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I meant
5 rank raises.
yeah, but what is it called? Lethal.
Yeah.
Lethal rank 5. All right, 93 is at the brink. Target suffers 1 strain each time they perform an action. So he takes a disruptor pistol shot right to the stomach.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Didn't Adra have to deal with that last time?
Yes. Yes.
All right, so you guys should probably roll some initiative.
There goes my utility belt.
Yeah, the fanny pack. Yeah, I think some initiative is in order here.
So is that cool?
No.
No, definitely vigilance. It would have vigilance for everybody. It would have been cool if anybody had seen it coming, but this guy is quite the cunning master.
Yeah, I'm kick butt when it comes to that too. Ooh,
I got 2 and 2.
1 and nothing.
1 advantage.
All right, player turn first. That would be Cal. You guys are NPCs.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
So you hear this deafening shot, and you see kind of smoke clear from this Duro's jacket as he lets off this shot, and you see it go right into Kieran. And he kind of looks at you and winks.
Okay. Trying to see how I can play this real quick. I'm gonna do I'm gonna pull out my blaster pistols and take a shot at
Okay, nice. At Adra.
Yeah.
All right.
His friend.
Go for it. Short range. So just 1 purple, but I think you have adversary 2.
I have adversary 2.
Yeah, so it'll be 1 red, 1 purple on the roll.
Okay.
Now, metagaming here, I personally would have taken the guy that was down to 1 health, but
Yeah.
because you would have killed him on any hit.
Yeah,
but it's too late.
It's too late now. Also, it's more interesting this way because now Kieran gets a chance to detonate the eyeball.
I know exactly.
All right. So that should,
Which is probably like he's like, oh, well, he's got Kieran
yeah.
under control. Now I need to get Adra under control. It makes sense.
Okay. That's a fun roll. So.
Oh, I was adversary too. Also,
I had him roll that. Yeah, I had him roll the 1 red, 1 purple.
That just turns into failure.
Otherwise, you would have taken like 14 damage and been gone in 1 shot.
Oh snap! It's actually a. It's just a triumphant advantage. The success
Wow.
got
Okay.
canceled out.
What do you want your triumph to be? And before you do that, I'm going to kind of pull back for a second because you have a despair and you have a triumph that we need to take care of from that perception roll. I think the triumph for Adra is that he's not the one that got shot. Kind of the auto selection was over to Kieran just because he's an NPC, and I don't want to bring in a squad of stormtroopers.
Okay. Duly noted.
Yeah. Now, if you choose for that to be your action, totally different story, but I don't want that to be the triumph. For your despair, though, Cal, I think something of yours got damaged in the shot because disruptors have a large radius and you were standing very close to Kieran when he was moving. So I'm going to say your comlink is inoperable currently.
Good thing his flask is in somebody else's pocket.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So that doesn't disrupt your shot or anything like that, but it does hinder you pretty significantly right now.
Okay.
So yeah, so you got the triumph and an advantage, right?
Yeah, just the triumph and advantage.
So you can heal a strain if you would like to with that advantage.
No, I don't have it.
I don't know if you have any yet.
No. Can I hold that advantage for a boost?
Yeah, well, you
no,
and it
give
takes
a
2
boost,
advantage to
yeah.
give yourself a boost, but you can use your triumph to give yourself an upgrade.
Okay, yeah,
Next check.
I'll do that then.
Okay, so you pull out your 2 pistols, or just one?
Just one.
Just one. Okay, you pull out your pistol and you shoot at Adra, who kind of ducks and rolls out of the way, but you are now fully aware of what's going on, and you know that whoever this person is on your side for sure, and that's going to give you an upgrade on your next check.
Okay. So I got
Just kind of the certainty of your position in this fight. Next up is going to be one of the 2 NPCs. It's going to be both of you guys are going to go before the next thing.
I figured that. How much damage does a thermal detonator do?
I believe it starts
20?
at 20.
20.
But there's no way you're getting out of the way of that.
I don't think I'm getting away anyway.
Okay.
Are you jihading here, or
Do it?
you're suicide bombing?
No. I'm going to send him a little present.
Oh, that's a real quick reaction. He gets shot by someone else. He's like, I gotta detonate Cal.
Well, really, the only thing I can do is either it's thermal detonator or
Defend yourself against the guy shooting you.
I had no. Really, the thermal detonator is the
no.
only thing I could do
Oof.
to defend myself.
The best defense is a really heavy offense.
It sure is. So I'm going to blow up his eyeball. I'm going to go, Cal, you're not going to get the last laugh. And I blow his eyeball, and I pull out a thermal detonator.
Wow, okay. Just double jeopardy there. So, yeah, you're going to take 10 damage that can't be avoided
Already?
with soak or anything.
That is fantastic.
And it was really designed to blow your eyeball out. So
Yeah. It did successfully.
Cool.
one
I got a lot of HP.
All right. Other NPC turn.
Recognizing that there is now a thermal detonator and knowing my compadre here, Adra will take and push past the Duro,
Okay.
trying to move away and do a snapshot
Okay. At who? At the Duro?
at the Duro.
Okay.
So he'll take the 2 strain to pull out his weapon.
Yep.
And what?
Oh, and I took 2 strain, right? Because I take strain every time I do an action.
Just one.
Just one
But
strain.
yes.
All right.
What am I doing?
So
Not a good click.
is he an adversary?
Luckily, I have
What
lots
do
of strain.
What do we need to?
Oh, yeah. Adversary 2.
Adversary 2.
For
so
sure.
I'm still in short, technically. I probably should be. Oof.
Yeah, there we go. There's a oof.
It's successful, but it is bad. The stormtroopers are having a bad day. Okay, so that is
As they should.
That's typical, isn't it?
It's 3 successes and a despair.
Wow. All right. So, what's the base damage on your what kind of pistol do you have?
Heavy blaster pistol.
Okay,
so
I think that's base 7.
7.
Okay,
So we're
so
I
looking
thought
at
it was
10.
8.
is the heavy blaster
I
pistol
think it's
8?
8.
Okay, cool. We'll go with 8. So 11 damage. Minus a soak. All right. So you get a pretty hefty shot off on him, and it doesn't make sense for you to be out of ammo, right? Because this is the first shot you've taken with this pistol.
No, but it does make sense that as I'm pushing past him and taking the shot that it gets knocked from my hands.
Yeah, I think disarming is the one that makes the most sense. So you do you push past him and you kind of barely have it in your hand, and you pop off a shot, but it kind of just slips out. I don't know. Even that doesn't really fit a whole lot. I'm gonna say you're off balance, and it's gonna give you an upgrade to the difficulty of your next check.
Okay.
That or
Yeah, I think that
he shoots first and then pushes past and then it gets knocked out. You can make that.
I think I like that being
Could
off balance
stumble down
a little
onto
bit better.
Prone. You just
No,
try to push past someone and take a shot, just and fall over.
Yeah, I like the being off balance a little bit better. I want him to get out of the way of the thermal detonator.
Because I want to get a shot
Because it's
off.
armed.
Yeah.
And then
we let the train pass.
Now having selective detonation, does that mean I can choose people to avoid the
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, yes. Except yourself.
Except myself?
Except yourself.
Okay.
That is the caveat for selective.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Well, if you're in the center of the blast radius, yes.
Right, I've got it in my hand.
Yeah.
Can I just blow off a pinky?
I don't
That's
think
a
thermal
really-
detonators work that way.
That is a really weak thermal detonator, sir.
Yes.
Unless you have used the force to force cone it
All right.
outwards.
There you go.
What's the blast radius on it?
Medium, I think.
All right. What is Kieran's brawn?
Kieran's
You're
brawn
Kieran.
is 3.
3? All right. I'm going to spend a light side point to upgrade this check. He sees you holding this thermal detonator, and he is going to roundhouse kick it out of your hand.
If it leaves my hand, it's going off.
I know.
Okay.
But if he kicks it hard and far enough, it won't go off on him.
Medium range?
Yeah, if he
Okay.
kicks it hard and far enough.
All right.
If he succeeds.
So let's upgrade the...
Okay, we're going to upgrade both.
Yeah, what
Cool.
the heck? Might as well take everybody out at once.
And he is adversary 2.
Ooh, a lot of success there.
He got it. With lots of success and lots of advantage. So 2 success and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 advantage. He's for sure going to get it out of his own way. And he's going to be able to give himself or Cal an upgrade to the next check that they make. So he roundhouse kicks this thermal detonator out of your hand toward the bureaucratic building.
So who's walking out the door at this point?
Nobody. He kicks it and it detonates and knocks out the front area, but doesn't kill anybody.
Okay.
It's so well done that so expertly
It's Pele,
placed.
huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, 5 advantages.
Oh, yeah.
5
no,
advantage is
I know.
significant. So
We
he
got the
kicks
wrong dice tonight, you know.
it. You did. It explodes, entirely mitigating the thermal detonator, except for some damage that's done to the building. And he points that disruptor pistol at you and says, Kieran Fergo, I'm happy to say you're under arrest for the destruction of government property. And here are my credentials to prove that I'm here to watch over you fine stormtroopers. And he pulls out his bounty hunter credentials. And on it, of course, it reads Undu Undur.
I knew that's who this was.
And he flips it shut, pockets it, and cuffs Kieran. Is Adra going to run away? Or is he going to stay and fight?
I'd like if it's my turn to try to take a shot at.
I think I'm gonna let him kind of decide, because if Adra's continuing to run away at this point, I'm gonna say the conflict is kind of ended, because he's now like doing an official arrest, so it wouldn't make sense for you to just keep popping off shots at somebody right
and
away.
Well, I was gonna
you
say, let's
couldn't
try
do-
to hit the back of the knee to make him fall to where he arrest him.
Yeah, well, Adra hasn't done anything to be arrested for.
No,
All he did was run away when the thermal detonator came out.
And try to shoot him.
Yeah, he shot him.
I shot him.
Yeah.
That's true,
So
but shooting a bounty hunter is not really a crime.
Right, but so Adra isn't necessarily going to run away. Adra's going to take and get cover, because the next is calling for reinforcements, because the first shot fired came from the bounty hunter.
Right, I know.
It did.
And I didn't do the destruction. It would not have gone
So
off
no,
if you had
I'm not
kicked
fully running away, but I am looking
Sure.
for cover.
I think
So-
he's got ways in his head that he's going to twist this whole thing to ensure that Kieran at least stays locked up for a short time. And he, so you take cover, and he's got Kieran in cuffs, and he's watching kind of over at you, Adra, and he says, "Cal, are you hurt?"
I'm holding my eye right now. Like,
And he looks back and says, "Oh God, you need the hospital real bad. I hope you didn't have any appointments at 10 p.m."
no, I'm on the ground at this point.
He had a photo
there's the
shoot.
explosive that went off.
Yeah. So he gets on his comm and says, "Garth, he's not gonna make it to the appointment. He is going to live, I think. I'm calling the ambulance, and I'm going to try to hold down these storm commandos until it gets here. And that is where we will end the session.
All right.
Thanks so much for playing. Say goodbye to Cal Tame's eyeball. And until,
I will rise again.
until next time, keep on adventuring.
See ya.
Have a good one.